Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the NLDS here in the Denver Bears franchise. We are down 2-1, and we are facing elimination here in game number 4, and we will give the nod to Justin Maxwell, who had an excellent regular season with a 117 whip, but can he come through here in the playoffs? Last year in the playoffs, he struggled. We'll see if he can redeem himself to force a game number 5. So Benito Ozuna leads off today's game as we are on the road here at Dodger Stadium as he flies out behind the plate. That brings up Jesse Winker, the Hank Aaron Award winner, and he swings and misses at a low changeup, and that one will get them out of the first inning. Justin Maxwell on the mound, he was the Cy Young runner-up 2 seasons ago, as now that brings up Mookie Betts to the plate. That is going to be a curveball, swing and miss after the walk, and a hit and run situation was on, but the runner will be safe at second on the steal. That brings up Cody Bellinger with a man on second base here. He hits one deep to right field, but it will just be caught. Will Benson in right field, as we had Cale Helfrich there in game number 1. We can't afford to have bad defense here in the playoffs. On to the second inning. The Dodgers start out with a nice hit to the right side. That one gets all the way to center field. Brian Reynolds comes up throwing to second, and the throw is not in time. So a double here to start out the second inning. Cody Hosey on second. That brings up Keibert Ruiz at the plate. He checks swings, and the ump says he goes. One out there as that brings up Max Muncy to the plate. He hits one deep to left center field. It will just be a fly out, but Will Reynolds throw them out at third, and he will hold the runner, as now they have a man still on second base here with Donovan Casey at the plate, hitting .600 in the playoffs so far. Swing and miss at the curveball, strike 3. Maxwell gets out of the second inning with no damage done. Chris Stewart's hitting excellent here in the playoffs. He gets a hit to the right side. He's hitting over .500 now with that single. And now we have a man on first base here to start the third inning. C.J. Abrams at the plate. He hits one hard to the left side. That one gets through. And now we have our first men on here in the top of the third with the pitcher coming up. We'll see if we can bunt him over. Maxwell gets a high pitch. It's actually a nice bunt, and we will get them safely over to second and third respectively. One out in the inning. Benito Ozuna to the plate now. The top of our lineup is up at the plate, and that one will just be a chopper to second, but it will do the job and score one from third base. So that brings up Luis Arias, who has not been hitting well as of late. He gets an outside curveball and will go with it, but a ground ball right to short will end the inning, but we are up 1-0. Now let's see if our pitching can come through, because remember, in game number 1, we got absolutely mollywopped, as this one is going to be Amaya again. He flies out to first base. Winker is under that one. So we get out of that third inning. Winker comes up to the plate now. He has been hitting tremendously here to start the first 3 games, as that one will be a hit by pitch, so he will aboard first base, as that brings up Suarez, who goes to right field, and it will be a single. So once again, just like the third inning, our first couple of batters are on base. So that brings up Will Benson to the plate now, starting in right field as he gets one inside, and he will drive this one deep to center field, and that is a deep fly ball. It should be deep enough to move the runner over, but the throw is right on target, and we will be safe at third base. Winker almost got thrown out on that one. Brian Reynolds at the plate now. He hits one deep to right field. This one's got carry, but it will stay in the yard. Mookie Betts under that one. He will go home with it, and Winker will just make it in. And it's a 2-0 game. Just the little things in baseball. The deep fly balls moving the runners over. The ground balls bringing runners in. So now that moves us on to the bottom of the 4th inning. Here is Bellinger at the plate, and Maxwell gets him to fly out. He has pitched pretty well versus the middle of the lineup. That's where we have struggled here in this series. As now we're on to the 5th inning. Guys on first and second, but he gets a ground ball, and it will be a double play here with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Now there's a man on third base. Caden Rogers comes in to pinch hit for the pitcher. He hits one to the left field line, and it will just be a pop out to left. Through 5 innings, Justin Maxwell has not allowed a run. Chris Stewart, who was 1 for 2 so far, hitting around 500, comes up to start the 7th inning. No outs. 3-2 count. He goes to right field. And another single for Chris Stewart. He has not given that spot back to Rafael Marchand here in the playoffs because he is on fire. C.J. Abrams at the plate now. What a great 7-8 hitter to come up in the lineup. And that is going to be another walk. So now once again, we have men on first and second with no outs in this inning. Muhammad Willingham comes in to pinch hit here and see if he can manufacture some runs. This is a hard ground ball, but it's just going to be a double play ball, perfect for the defense. And it's going to be 2 outs here. We might not even score a run. Benito Ozuna has to come through here as he faces Daryl Zuniga. 2-2 pitch. This one's low. He drives this one deep to right center. This one's got carry, and it's going to get to the wall. Home run. Benito Ozuna, 4-11, and it now is a 4-0 game off the bat of Benito. He used to be our center fielder, but he has been playing in left now because I like how Ryan Reynolds covers a lot of ground. But how about this lead here, 4-0. The hitting continues, though. This is Luis Arias who finally gets going. That one's off the right field wall. Mookie Betts comes up throwing, but a double here with 2 outs as that brings up Jesse Winker. They go to the bullpen, bring in Travis Lakin Sr., and we'll see if we can get another run. But here, an inside pitch is just going to be a fly out to center field. But a nice 4-run cushion here. As let's see who we go to. We will go to Mike Salucci, who has already pitched 5 innings in the first 2 games. We haven't gotten him a start yet, but still, he is definitely an important piece of this bullpen. That's going to bring up the first batter of the 7th, and Mike Salucci leaves one right over the middle, and it's going to be gone. The Dodgers get their first run of the game. Cody Hosey, 442 to center field, and that one is absolutely blasted. Perfect timing on that swing, and now it's a 4-1 game. 2 runners aboard here as this inning does continue, but we do get a ground ball out into a double play. Salucci does get out of that small jam there, and now we have a 4-1 lead going into the 9th inning. C.J. Abrams at the plate now. He has one low. He takes it, and C.J. Abrams has gotten on base quite a bit in this game, he and Chris Stewart. Cale Helfrich comes in to pinch hit. Let's see what he can do. We do send the runner, that's CJ, and he does get to second. And he swipes the bag here, putting a runner in scoring position as Cale Helfrich continues this at-bat here. Let's see if he can come through, pick off, move to second. CJ Abrams will be safe. But take a look. CJ Abrams came up limping on the previous play. He may have turned an ankle, so he will have to come out of the game. That brings in Zion Storm to pinch run. He's got 94 speed now, so let's see what Cale Helfrich can bring him in. This one's high and in tight, and he just gets enough wood on it, and it's going to drop. Zion Storm scores, 5-1 game. We are close to forcing that game number 5 as Helfrich comes through. Jordan Hicks on for the 4-run save here as he faces the middle of the lineup. First is Cody Bellinger, strike 3 on the swing. As now that's 1 out. Cody Hosey at the plate, 2 for 3 in this game. Just a light ground ball, and it's going to be 2 outs. Winker steps on first, and we are 1 out away from going back home to Denver. Keibert Ruiz, strike 3. Outside sinker, and we will force the game number 5. The Bears have shown up early in these games, but it's all about closing, and we have done it today. 10 hits to their 4. Great pitching by Maxwell, and also now coming in, Salucci gave up a run, but Jordan Hicks shut it down, and now we return back to Denver to face the Dodgers here in game number 5. Here are the outcomes of the last 4 games. The Dodgers won 18-3, but since then, they've only scored more than 1 run only 2 times. So, let's see if we can put Luis Severino back on the mound, who pitched 8 2/3 in game number 2 and only gave up 0 runs. He didn't give up any runs. And now, here we go. Severino, .92 whip in game number 2. He was a all-star the last 2 seasons, but not this year. So we'll see if he gets his redemption on the rest of the MLB here to clinch this game and go on to the NLCS, where the Washington Nationals are waiting for us. So here we go. Let's see if we can shut them down back at home. And that is going to be the first batter of the game, flying out to left field. Benito playing in left again. As that brings up Mookie Betts, who is not hitting the ball particularly well in this series. He hit grounds out to second base, and that one will be an easy out for Arias. Now Zion Storm gets to start at shortstop because CJ Abrams is not healthy. Remember, he shook his ankle up in last game, and this one will be a hit to left center. That one gets all the way to the corner, and we will come up throwing. But look at Bellinger getting all the way to third base with a leadoff triple to start the second inning. Cody Hosey at the plate now, and he just hits a chopper. It's going to score 1-0 here for the Dodgers here in game number 5. They're showing up early in this one as that brings up Max Muncy to the plate, hitting .333, but a hard shot to right will be snagged by Jesse Winker, and we will get out of that inning. On to the second inning, Tyler Glasnow on the mound for the Dodgers, and we go to right field with this one over the glove of Mookie, and it will be a double here for Suarez. Good start here for this game. Suarez has yet to really register any hits. That's his first real big hit. Now that brings up Will Benson to the plate. He swings at one in the dirt, but it actually gets past the catcher, and it will be a wild pitch. They call that one, not a pass ball. So we do strike out there with Benson. That brings up Chris Stewart with 2 outs, and he will go up the middle, and he is absolutely on fire in the playoffs. Hitting .500 here, and he gets another hit. 1-1 Dodgers and Bears. So that brings up Zion Storm, who will be hitting in the place of CJ in that 8th spot, and he will fly out to center field. Chris Stewart in the Dodgers uniform on that graphic, but it is a 1-1 game going into the bottom of the third. This is going to be crushed this time to deep right field. Benito Ozuna with 1 out. It will be off the wall over the glove of Mookie, and we will go to third base, and we will get there with Benito, who has great speed with 81 speed. He gets all the way to third with a 1-out triple. Luis Arias at the plate now. Let's see if he can come through. Let's see what he does. Ground ball up the middle. It's good enough to score 1. We now grab the 1-run lead here in the third inning. It's just the little things like that. We have a man in scoring position. Do what you need to do to get him across. This is Jesse Winker at the plate. He drives one deep to right field. That one is off the wall. And he is hitting the ball very, very good here in the NLDS. It's a double here with 2 outs. And we'll see if our middleman, Eugenio Suarez, can come through. What a perfect swing by Winker. Now that brings up Suarez. High fastball, strike 3. He can't come through, but a 2-1 lead here as we get 2 runs off of Glasnow. Now that moves us on to the 4th inning. Bellinger at the plate again, and he has the speed to beat that one out. CJ Abrams not playing at shortstop definitely hurts us a little bit. Zion Storm is a good fielder, does not have the arm that CJ Abrams has, though. So now with no outs, here is the next batter up at the plate. Going to left field, it will be a single down the line. We will hold both runners up at first and second, but still no outs. Keibert Ruiz at the plate. He hits a chopper to first base. Winker barehands it and throws to first base. A risky throw, but he still gets the runner. And now there was 1 out. That's going to bring up number 7 hitter in the lineup, Max Muncy, and he flies out to short. That's exactly what we wanted. If we didn't get a ground ball on that one, a pop-up in the infield or a strikeout would have done the job. And now that brings up Donovan Casey here with 2 outs. It's a strike 3. Outside changeup. Severino gets out of the jam, and we don't allow any runs in that inning. Brian Reynolds comes up to the plate here in the 4th inning. Now let's see what he can do. He drives it deep. That one is gone off of the third deck in right field. Absolutely demolished that baseball. 466 to right field for Brian Reynolds. It is now a 3-1 lead here off of the solo shot. And now that brings up Will Benson, who is not really the guy that we really depend on at the plate. It's more in the field Let's see what he does. This is a high pitch. He drives this one deep to left field. This one sneaks over the wall. Back-to-back jacks for the Bears. 373 only. He has just enough strength to hit that one over the left field wall. It stays in fair play. And it now is a 4-1 lead for the Bears. How about that by Will Benson coming through? Now on to the top of the 5th inning. Here is Tyler Glasnow at the plate and wide. Zion Storm wide barehanded. You had time. You gotta use your glove. Man on first base now, but Gavin Lux grounds to short. This one will be a double play. 2 outs, but the little things, you got to use your glove, Zion Storm. That one could have hurt us. Jacob Amaya at the plate. This one's hit deep to right field. This one keeps carrying, and it will get out of here. Home run. Wow, opposite field home run. Look where this ball was located, and look at where he hit it. Wow, an outside slider. That's an excellent swing by a pretty good hitter. 4-2 game now as we continue this inning, and that is Mookie Betts, who has just been struggling so far. He strikes out looking. So now on to the bottom of the 5th inning. They still have Glasnow in to pitch, and that one will be his last pitch of the game as he walks Luis Arias. That brings up Jacob Junis out of the bullpen. 2 2/3 innings pitched. We'll see what he can do versus the middle of our lineup. But that's going to bring up Winker and Suarez, and we can't do anything as they get out of this 5th inning. Going into the later parts of this game, we decide to go to Mike Soroka, a starting pitcher on our rotation, but I want to see what he can do here because we need our best pitching forward here in this game. Mike Soroka in his first relief bid here in the playoffs. That one will be a chopper up the middle. It gets through. Cody Bellinger has been hitting well as that brings up Cody Hosey. He has been too. Another shot to right field, and Soroka's in trouble. Oh no, as that brings up Keibert Ruiz to the plate. High pitch, and that one will just be a fly out, and that one will be caught by Suarez. And now we need a ground ball here. Let's see if we can get it as that brings up Max Muncy to the plate. 0 for 2. This one will be a fly ball to left. Ozuna will be under this one. Will Bellinger test his arm? He won't. He will stay at second base. The throw is offline. 2 outs. Can Soroka get out of this jam? Donovan Casey, ground ball to second. Luis Arias on to first. And we have been getting out of jams this entire game. And now it is a 4-2 lead here going into the 6th inning. Ryan Reynolds at the plate hitting in that 5 spot as he walks. That brings up Will Benson with a man on first base. Chopper. This one will not be a double play ball, though. It will just advance the runner over to second. That brings up our hottest hitter on the team, Chris Stewart. He goes to right field. This one's got carry. It will get to the wall. Chris Stewart has been quite the acquisition when we acquired him before the trade deadline. It's a 5-2 game. How about the bat that he is adding to the bottom of our lineup? That brings up Soroka. This one's hit down the right field line, but Mookie Betts does run this one down. But another run of insurance by way of Chris Stewart. He is just scorching hot here in the playoffs. On to the top of the 7th inning. This is Mookie. He finally gets going here, but look at Benson. He doesn't go to second, and Mookie gets all the way safe. That was an easy outfield assist if he just would have went to second on that one. Instead, he just goes to the cutoff man. Cody Bellinger, though, at the plate. And what do you know? The hottest hitter on their team just grounds out to Luis Arias as now we move on to the bottom of the 7th. Jesse Winker at the plate now. He gets a hanger over the middle. This one's driven deep to the gap. This one will sneak over the wall. Another home run here for Jesse Winker here in the NLDS. His second, 398. It bounces off of the top of the wall, and Winker coming through, looking for that new contract with the Denver Bears. It is 6-2. Chris Stewart at the plate, who is just absolutely hot. He watches that one low. 2 for 3 in this game, but he gets on base like every time he gets up to bat. That brings up Zion Storm to the plate now with a man on first base. He swings that one low, makes good contact. This one's deep. It's gone. 8-2 for the Denver Bears. Zion Storm, a guy that's not known for his power, but it seems like when we play with him, he hits the ball well and sometimes comes through with those home runs. And now we move on to the 9th inning. We bring in Jordan Hicks. We don't want anything leaking through here in the 9th inning, as that brings up the bottom of their lineup here. That's going to be a ground out here, 1 out. We are 2 outs away. William McCarty at the plate. He's just looking as well. 2 outs. The sinker freezes him. That brings up Gavin Lux. 0 for 4 in the game, and that one will be low and outside. Man on first base, Jacob Amaya, who is absolutely hot here in the playoffs. Ground ball to Suarez, and we will advance to the NLCS. We have come back down after giving up 18 runs, 18 in game number 1. Our pitching comes through in the end, and that's why you have the top pitching staff in the MLB. We come through and finish the job. We win one on the road, come back, win at home. 8 runs. They also had 10 hits in this game, but I think it's just our timely hitting. Chris Stewart just absolutely hitting the ball well. Zion Storm having that late game home run. It's just all about timing with this team, and we are on the fast track to possibly go to our first World Series. But we will face the Washington Nationals, who have a tough team. We faced them 2 seasons ago in that wild card game, and we did lose. But now we get our rematch. So now it's time. Can we get our revenge on the Nationals? No more Juan Soto. He's signed with the Tampa Bay Rays, so they are missing a couple of guys, but they still do have Brady Singer, Trevor Bauer, and then Seth Romero, so they have some good pitching. But we'll see. Our hitting is just doing so well. We have to come through here. We have home field advantage. We got to take advantage of this. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. NLCS action coming next. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still trying to fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on.